Hello, this is my very first YouTube video, and this is my first ever video on YouTube, and I just wanted to show something that I made like maybe a year ago. So, to explain, this is a 2.5D raycaster. It's essentially a simulation of a 3D environment, but you only use a 2D grid. So, on the bottom here, this black and white grids with this like yellow and blue, that's the 2D map. The yellow is the player, and the blue is kind of like the eyesight. You'll see what I mean when I start moving around. The view on top is simply like the 3D view, like what you're seeing through the player's eyes. So there's some controls here, WSAD, and you essentially can move around in this 3D environment, and it will update automatically depending on where you are. Now, it is a bit strange looking. Um, that's because the way the code works, it's a bit strange. But essentially, you're able to move around in this 3D environment with only a 2D plane. And also, there's some color difference. So you can see that if I'm really far away, it's black. But if something's closer to me, for example, down here, you see there's this black thing here, it will appear here. And now obviously there's a hole just on the left side, but I can't really fix that. You'll see it's because of this blue ray that comes just out. It cuts through the whatever. That is essentially what I made. And it's not the best. It looks a bit scuffy because it's not fully accurate. It's a very crude version, I would say, of a 2.5D raycaster, but it definitely, for the most part, gets the job done. And for a good example to see how this works, I'm going to move all the way to the right side here. And here you have a wall. You can move back and it slowly gets darker and darker, the color, until eventually it turns black. Or you can continue walking towards this wall until eventually you're right in front of the wall. And obviously all you see is the wall. So that's essentially what I wanted to show for my first video. Um, I hope you like this video. If you find it interesting and you want to know about how the code works, the code is not very good, but if you want to know how it works, it's around 309 lines of code and obviously some spaces in between, but that's how much it is. It's pretty complicated. It's not complicated, but it's just a bit probably unorganized code. It's a bit scrappy, but if you actually do want to know how this works, I will be I'll try to find some time to maybe make a follow-up video explaining how it works. But anyways, thank you for watching if you are, because this is my first video, and hopefully I can make some more videos in the future.